Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. It's Thursday, August 19th, 2021. My name is Jennifer Cotton, and I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Midlothian, Texas. And that means I teach people how to make greeting cards, scrapbook pages, crafty projects, gift packaging, home decor pieces, and more with stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. Good morning, Oma. Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Hey, Barbara. Good to see you. As you come on, say hi. That's going to get you entered into my drawing to possibly win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. If you're watching replay, say hi. That's going to get you entered to win the 3 cards I'm going to make today. If you're watching on YouTube, say hi. That's going to get you entered to win those 3 cards. Also, you can be entered by sharing this video, which on Facebook, which is just like Pat just did, and who else did I see? Somebody else said it. Am I imagining things? Oh, Cindy. I knew I saw 2 names say shared. So they clicked the share button, they put this video somewhere else on Facebook, and then they commented that they shared. That's how you get that extra entry, because of the comment. Facebook keeps it so secret who shares what. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to say hi to everybody in just a sec. And then if you're on YouTube, you can't really share it, I don't think. Like, there's not a button for that, but you can subscribe, you can click the notification bell, and you can give a thumbs up on YouTube. So all that stuff's going to get you entered to win those cards from today. Good morning, everybody. We have lots of people here already. Pat, good morning. Cindy, thanks for sharing, Pat and Cindy. Hey, Shirley, good morning. Becky, Dana, Susan, good to see y'all. Sherry, good morning. Hey, Rhonda. Dana says she hopes everyone has a great day. That's awesome. Susan shared, thank you. Hey, Diane. Hey, Jewel. Good morning, Linda. Thanks for sharing, Shirley. Linda, good morning. Linda Mansky, good morning. Mary Ann, yes, making some progress back here. I was forced to. And Dorothy, good morning. Mary Ann says progress on the shelves, which was just taking these pieces from Stampin' Storage out of the boxes and throwing them in here last night, because I have people coming here Saturday, and I am losing all day tomorrow in my prep, so everything's getting pushed up a day ahead this month in my work and prep and with my helpers. Thank you, Landa and Karen, very much. So anyway, there's no paper or products in these cool things yet. But if you want to shop those products, I have a link now, Stampin' Storage. So, okay, good morning, everybody. So again, I said this already, but my name's Jennifer Cotton. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you are new to this Facebook Live or me or YouTube channel, whatever it is, welcome and thank you for watching. I teach people how to make greeting cards out of stamps, ink, paper, and lots of cool tools. Anyone can do this. You don't have to be crafty to be able to make a card, make a scrapbook page, or anything else you want. I am not crafty, never have been, but I've been a Stampin' Up demonstrator for 19 years. I joined as a person who didn't know just am not crafty. Didn't have the skills nor know how to do it. And I had no sales experience, but I wanted to make a little extra money. No ambition or clue that it would turn into a full-time business where I earn incentive trips and recognition and all that stuff. So the whole point to that quick story is, if I can do this, anyone can. So you can be a Stampin' Up demonstrator just for the discount, which there are tons of people watching this video right now that I've said hi to who are on my team, and they just get the discount. Literally, that's it. And they can stop doing that at any time they wish. So there's that option. And there is the sell a little, do a couple of classes, or any level in between me and a discount shopper. Anyway, so that's a little bit about me. Of course, today I'm going to show you how to make some cards, and they are, it's a really cool I don't know what the word for it is, if it's a template. It's not really a technique, but it's like a template. So anyway, that's going to be cool. But of course, first I'm going to tell you about my business and what I have going on. I am going to be using for these cards the Penguin Place bundle. So cute. So this is an adorable product you can get from me, through me with Stampin' Up. So there's the stamp set with all these, you can't really see them there, huh? All these images that I'll be using some of those today. And then it has a matching punch, which you'll see today. And there's matching designer paper, which I'm going to show you, as well as lots of other products, of course. But everything with Stampin' Up matches and coordinates. So that's what I'm using for our 3 cards today. They are, Penguin Place is from our holiday catalog, which came out this month. So if you don't have a copy of this, let me know. If you don't obviously have a Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I forgot to look or write down whatever the page of the penguins. Luckily, I flipped to it pretty quickly. So there's the page that's shown on in the catalog. So you can see some extra samples up here at the top, some ideas there. But there's a designer paper that matches it in this catalog, which is my favorite catalog, of course. Ooh, Celebration. This is a sale that we're having only in August and September. It ends September 30th, no exceptions. And these are not coming back ever. So these are products you can get free with a purchase. And this is the designer paper, which I'll be showing you today. It's free with a $50 purchase, no limit. If you spend $100, you can select any $50 level items. There are many to choose from in this book that you want, or a $100 item, level item, or you can mix and match depending on your order amount. So that's what I'm showing today. And reminders of events. So my classes, as I mentioned, are Saturday. And the to-go, which the majority are to-go, will be mailed on Monday. I'm trying to, good morning. We'll watch the replay for the first 7 minutes. Kissed. I think you meant missed. But I love it, Sharon. Because kissing is better than missing, right? Let me catch up here real quick with you guys. Dorothy, good morning. Sherry, thanks for sharing. And Linda. Sandy says, have a good day. Thank you, Sandy. Dorothy shared, I don't know if I read that twice. Anyway, Liz, good morning. Pat, thank you very much. Shirley says she's jealous of the shelving. Luckily, we already had this white shelf in my house, so it got repurposed, and then I just purchased the other parts. Deb, good morning. Linda, Kim, thank you. Thank you very much. Linda Carver, lots of Lindas today. Sandy says, have a good day and weekend. Thank you very much. France in Vermont, good morning. Linda Carver says, cute bundle to play with. Definitely. Hey, Susie. Who else? Thanks for sharing. Cindy. Hello, Alejandra. Yeah, Sharon did mean missed, but that's okay. I make typos constantly on my phone. Susie shared, hey Martha, hey Margaret in Rhode Island, good morning, thanks for sharing. Martha, good morning. Tina, good morning. Kathy, and oh, Martha says, ooh, storage is fabulous. Y'all notice they're empty, right? The only thing in them is the brochure from Stampin' Storage, which is awesome. Whew. Almost tripped on a cord there. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. So anyway, my classes are this weekend, and so helpers are furiously cutting and prepping for those. I'm typing instructions and cleaning my house and all kinds of other prep that is involved in these events. So long story short, we do have extras of a couple of these events. Card class, which is 4, I think, super cute cards with Garden Wishes and Dragonfly Garden. 2 spots left, or 2 packets. You can take it to go anywhere in the U.S. Scrapbook class, 1 extra packet left. Sampler, 0, sold out. And Stamp a Stack, which is 4 adorable Christmas cards with the merriest moments, 4 designs, but you're going to make 12 cards. And get $20 in merchandise. I have 1 packet left. First come, 1 packet. And you're going to make 12 cards with Merriest Moments, get $20 of merchandise, and of course everything will be cut, die cut, punched. You'll cut your own designer paper, and you'll get PDF tutorial. So that's what's left for those. RSVP now for the September 11th in-person or to-go new catalog kickoff. So this will be an event where we make projects from these two catalogs. So if you're new to stamping, you probably want to start out with like card class, or just make a purchase of a kit or something, which I can help you with. But if you're a little more experienced, this kickoff is for you, because we're going to use 4 different bundles and suites from this catalog as well as the Celebration catalog to make at least 8 projects. Not designed yet, of course. Good morning, Catherine. Good to see you. 8 projects. You're going to get product with your fee, so like designer paper, ribbons, embellishments, things like that. You can keep those leftovers and use them on other projects. You are going to get to see 4 stamping demonstrations, either on Facebook Live, in a private group, or in person if you attend in person here in Midlothian, Texas. I don't remember if I said where I'm from, but Midlothian, Texas. And you'll be entered into a drawing for a big prize. You will have a chance to participate in a card swap if you like. It's a lot of fun. So sign up by September, where's my deadline? September 5th is your deadline, and the event is September 11th, or your kit will be mailed right after the in-person event. We're using frosted gingerbread, Penguin Place, the one I'm using today, which, let me check real quick on Penguin Place. Yes, that's one of the bundles you can also get free with our starter kit right now, which is what I was talking about earlier. If you join as a demo, you can get that bundle, the stamp set and the punch, for free. I believe you can get frosted gingerbread free as well, correct? Nature's Harvest, which is a gorgeous fall style stamp set, which you can also get free. And Counting Sheep, which is an adorable from this book. Okay, so that's that event. Designer paper share and party with friends. My friend is Alejandra Gomez. We do this event together. She designs half the projects, which I have here. I design half. Now you can just do the share, and that is where you want all the new papers and ribbons from the new holiday catalog that just came out. You'll get a 6x12 or 6x6 of each paper and 2.5 yards of each ribbon, depending on if you do both shares or only one. But if you add on the party, you're going to get 8 gorgeous make and takes, a Facebook page where we do videos where we show you how to make every card and give you tips on how to use your designer paper and stuff like that. A bonus video that day from each of us, so 2 bonus videos showing an additional product. Linda says Allie is great. That's my partner for this event. She's also on my team. She's under me. And yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So you can still register for both of these. Just the shares. I only want the paper. I only want the ribbon, or I want both, or one or both of those plus the party. So by the way, registration links have been emailed out multiple times. They're still going to get emailed out, so you can sign up for my email newsletter. I can send you the links directly, and I'll put them in these video descriptions after. So any questions, just let me know. Register for the share by September 10th, by the way. That's the final deadline. Some people have already received their paper and ribbon shares because we already sorry, I'm looking at how Alejandra's saying you're so sweet to, I think, Rhonda and Linda. Anyway, register for September 10th, and your kits will be ready and or mailed by September 20th. And then our event on Facebook is September 25th, but that doesn't really matter because you don't have to be there in person. It's all recorded. It's all saved in a private group, so you'll have access to it forever. By the way, on that, we're using Sparkle of the Season and Little Delights stamp set to make these. Most of them are just greetings like you see here. I mean, the set has other images, but as long as you have the greetings or substitute your own, you can make those cards. Okay, awesome autumn stamp camp with Genevieve. This is an event where I have another partner who lives in Canada. That means if you live in Canada, you can actually take this class. You'll take it through Genevieve. You'll get the exact same projects, the exact same gifts, like everything will be the same. It'll just be mailed to you from Genevieve in Canada versus me in the US. So this is 10 beautiful projects with the, oh gosh, what's it called? I'm blanking out now. The, oh, gorgeous leaves and pretty pumpkins bundles. So we're using the Blackberry Beauty Designer Paper, Brush Metallic Adhesive Backed Dots, Blackberry Beauty Ephemera Pack, Gold Shimmer Ribbon, which we ordered today because it's low inventory for you so that you'll get it with our class. 10 projects, 10. A bonus, a gift for you, exclusive Facebook group. You can get a bonus gift if you add on both optional classes. Like, it's a lot for the fee. So that's a great one. And Catherine says, must take this class, y'all. So worth it. My first camp with Genevieve was the Sweet as a Peach camp. And that was, a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. And Catherine took that class. So thank you, Catherine. And then, I'm getting emails coming through and I'm reading y'all's comments. I'm very distracted. Okay, so along with the camp, you can take 2 optional classes if you like. You can take, thank you, Chris. She says, love the storage. You can take the My Words of Cheer Christmas card class or Genevieve's Cute Halloween class or both. Or you might be like, camp's not really for me, but I want that Halloween class. Yes, you can take only that, or only the Christmas class, or only the camp, or any mix you want. Maybe both classes, no camp. It doesn't matter. Just click the one link for Jennifer or Genevieve in Canada, and you can find those options there. So register by September 1st in Canada, September 4th with me in the US. A new event that hasn't been put out there really on social media yet or in my emails is my online BOGO September 26th. This will happen in a Facebook group. That is a Sunday, so it will be at 1 p.m. You will want to be present for this to get first dibs. So mark your calendars, September 26th. There's a group you can join, which I'll be putting a link to in the videos, Facebook and YouTube. And you can join the group at any time, but once it gets closer to the date, I'll be posting more info and I will be sending out customer emails about it. So that's Central Time, September 26th, 1 p.m. Central Time. And that is where you can get some of my retired merchandise absolutely free with your purchase. Okay. October Retreat in a Box is here. You can register now. Your deadline is September 26th. We're using gingerbread and peppermint sweet for this retreat. This doesn't really actually show my gifts very well, but these are my gifts from the last retreat that we received from April and I, my other partner. So I just thought this packaging was so cute, so I haven't taken it out yet of mine. But this is a thing where you can squeeze it and blow air to do the alcohol technique, which we learned at retreat, or retreat in a box. I did a whole video for them and everything. Our thank you card, some Millionaires candy. That was a subtle nod to my $1 million stamp set. But those candies are delicious. I had to order them online because you can't get them here in Texas like anymore. And I remember those from when I was a kid. Who remembers Millionaires candy? And can you get them where you live? And Landa made sure she placed them. She put the boxes together for me and did the packaging where all the words are going the same direction. And don't worry, I'm going to eat these. They got some bedazzling, because why not? Of course. It was in this, let me see if I can put this back. We got one of those awesome rulers, which you can get on my Amazon store, which goes down to, oh, isn't that cute? the 32nd. So you can measure an 1/8, a 16th, a 32nd. It's blurry, but anyway, it's an awesome ruler. I have a link to that on my Amazon store. Mine is somewhere else, but in this bag was a chair cushion, which was the biggest hit of a gift, even for our to-go people. It's a really awesome chair cushion that's just like rubbery on bottom. I'm looking at it right there, but I can't get to it. So it doesn't slide around, and it's nice and thick, just really nice. And then we had the cutest retreat bags, because our theme was sort of the alcohol ink thing. And this whole bag will tuck into this little pocket. So it's like a shopping bag. Okay, so why am I saying all that? You can get all kinds of stuff like that with our October retreat also, in person or to go, plus 10 projects, plus $50 in merchandise, all using gingerbread and peppermint sweet, which is adorable, adorable, adorable. So, sign up for that by September 26th. Links are out there, they're going out, more emails will be going out, and so on. And then within that one, there's 2 optional classes, just like the camp. Jennifer's Sweet Little Stockings, Sampler Cards and Tags class, and April's Harvest Meadows Scrapbook and Cards class. Both, I think, will be awesome due to the product, honestly. I mean, you can't go wrong with these products, Stampin' Up sales. Rhonda, that is a COVID thing, because I Googled it. I was searching, you know, like I went on Russell Stover website and I said, I want to buy it in my area. Nothing. Anyway, long story short, I had to order them from Russell Stover website, but that's good to know because I'm like back addicted to that candy. They're so good. So Rhonda says you can get Millionaires normally, but of course COVID is messing up so many supply chains that there's products you can't get that you wouldn't think would be related, but they are, so I believe it. I just thought it like, because Isabel even Googled it for me, and she was like, it's a northern thing, which I was like, well, they had it when I was a kid, but whatever. Good morning, everybody, by the way. Let me catch up here. Susie's playing with her shares today. Awesome. Who else did I miss here? Stella, good morning. I said hi to Catherine. Hey, Barbara. Thank you, Alejandra and Martha. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Tina. Sharon is sharing. Thank you very much. And Martha and Margaret. All right. So I'm sure I still missed somebody, but hey, Diane, good morning. Okay. What is this? Christmas gift packaging. Okay, so bingo is next week. It is too late to sign up. We don't have any. They were called Texas Millionaire. Oh, that would have been perfect. Dang it. And I was like trying to think of a candy for the retreat, and for some reason Millionaire, like I remembered Millionaires from my childhood just randomly, and then I like went on a search for Millionaires and couldn't find them. So anyway, I'll have to Google Texas Millionaires. And Rhonda says her dad buys them for her mom every Valentine's. They're really good candy. Like, they have pecans in them. Oh, Russell's. Look at that. Cynthia says you can buy them at the factory outlet in Corsicana. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Getting a lot of good information here. I actually have a few left also besides my box from a treat from leftovers. Okay, so bingo is next Thursday, so it's too late to sign up, but I scheduled my next bingo. Links have not been sent out yet, but it's going to be Thursday, December 9th, and we'll make Christmas gift tags and gift packaging projects, and then we'll play games for prizes. So just mark your calendar and watch for that link to be coming out. Sign up by November 28th for that one, but it's December 9th, so save the date, December 9th, on Zoom, by the way. Rhonda, oh, I could have had the hookup. Rhonda says her daughter lives in Corsicana. I'm getting good information here. Mark your calendars for Thursday, December 9th, 6:30 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. And then once you see it, you can register by November 28th. Don't forget about the cruises. They're awesome. Stamping cruises, January 30th, 2022, January 2023. The first one is Liberty of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. The second one is Allure of the Seas out of Galveston, Texas. These are crafting cruises, which means you can sign up for that portion in addition to the cruise, but it's optional, so your friends and family don't have to. They still get our group rate. Everybody gets a cheap vacation, and you get to go down to the conference room every single day of the cruise, if you choose, and craft your heart away. Your fee is going to include 6 classes with multiple projects per class, so it's a ton of projects all together by the end. Self-paced, you work on them at your pace when you want throughout the entire week. So you might be a 2 a.m. person, you might be a 6 a.m. person, you might be midnight. It doesn't matter. That is your choice. And it needs to be flexible on a cruise because there's so many other things you can do. So many other things that pull you away from that crafting, like swimming pools and eating, and then eating a second lunch and eating again, and entertainment and bars and restaurants and fun. Okay. So any questions on any of this, let me know. Last but not least, as far as events, is September's Paper Pumpkin. It is fall and Halloween themed. If you can see here, the box is going to be wood grain, and it's going to be easily converted into a vintage wheelbarrow. So there'll be a template printed on the inside of this, I take it, where you can convert it into a vintage wheelbarrow. And then what's inside that box is going to be an exclusive stamp set, ink, and all the supplies and instructions you need to make, I'm going to make sure I say it right, yes, 12 treat boxes that can be apple, pumpkin, or jack-o'-lantern themed. You can do all apples, all pumpkin, all jack-o'-lantern, or mix and match. So it doesn't have to only be Halloween. This is a past paper pumpkin, the one I just received for August. So the deadline to sign up is always the 10th, so September 10th to get September's box. And then you get it a little bit later, like I just got mine a couple of days ago. And that's just how the schedule works, so that's normal. Instructions, this kit is gorgeous, by the way, really gorgeous. It is called the Hope box. Let me show you a picture of everything in the box. Which there's a whole video explaining how you can turn this box. You can cover up this part and decorate it and turn it into a box where you put little keepsakes inside. Gorgeous stamp set. There's a really large stamp here. Always hope, because you never know what tomorrow will bring. Where there is, and then the word hope, just a note of hope. Trying to turn it so I can read. There is faith. Did I miss one? I think I read them all. Anyway, and then there's a butterfly and some flowers and stuff. So these stamp sets are exclusive to... The post office has been destroying lots of boxes lately, not just Paper Pumpkin. My retreat boxes have been destroyed, some of them. There's a box, a big box like this, a huge one going around with demonstrators who registered for a leader event that are getting destroyed. Like the post office is, I don't know why they're so mad at Stampin' Up people, which y'all know I'm exaggerating there, but boxes have been getting destroyed. It's the post office doing that for some reason. Like, I don't know what's happening. Are they in a huge rush because they're shorthanded? Like, I don't know. Anyway, you always get an ink. This one had Blackberry Bliss. This one has a huge roll, like a wide roll of ribbon. Info about the Hope box. And then you always get some kind of accessory. Sometimes it's 2 or 3 accessories. Adhesive, you get that. And then, I just want to show y'all how gorgeous this one is, even though you can't get it now. If you really need one, I can check with my team and see if anyone has them. I have sold mine. Those are the envelopes. And it's just like fun colors. Like, it's really, oh, I dropped a piece. Really cute. It has 3 languages there, but of course there's plenty for whatever your language is to make your cards. Lots of cute stuff in this kit. And then I believe, because I haven't read my instructions yet, oh, look at this. It's like tie-dye inspired. See, like this is to cover up your box with. And then I believe, let me find it. That's for the front of the box. Isn't that cute? But look at these card bases too. Really pretty. That one's more subtle. Are there only 2? I thought there were 3 designs, whatever. I might have skipped one. Big Hope. So it's a really cool kit. This one, there's the one I skipped. And if you need one, I can check with my team. Usually I find somebody who has one. Please don't post here if you have them available. Let me do the connecting. But what am I trying to say? Paper Pumpkin's awesome. It's a monthly craft box in the mail that basically has everything you need in one box. So it's great for beginner stampers, children, nursing home people, assisted living, etc. Jewel Easterling said, Stampin' Up is keeping the PO in business. They should take more care of our packages. I know, right? And that is very true, because it's not just the company Stampin' Up, but demonstrators who mail packages like me. There's tons of us. And we usually use the post office. Linda said hers was not too bad. And by the way, I get 5 a month currently. And usually at least one of them is crushed somewhere. And then some are okay. So Deb says it seems like the prettiest boxes get smashed a little. I know, right? One thing, that is something I just thought about. So I get 5 a month because I'm a demonstrator and I have certain people who just prefer to get them through me. So I know that and I order them ahead of time. If you get 2 a month, you have a double chance of one of them not being destroyed. Because always I have at least one perfect box when I get my 5. And sometimes they come on different days, by the way. I get like 2 today and 3 tomorrow or whatever. And then you can sell your second box. So, your crushed one. Anyway, that was literally a random thought that just popped in my head. Okay, so there's all that. Of course, specials going on. Let me go ahead and turn the camera down now. And I'm going to really hope that when I do this, nothing bad happens and I have to restart this video. But I'm just giving the disclaimer that that has happened a couple of times lately. So, I am going to, hey Donna, thanks for sharing. Hey Terry, good morning. Linda, I agree, the sentiments were really nice. I'm going to point you to the ceiling and then flip it down and then hope it does everything properly. Yes. Okay, so let me just do a little mirror flip there. Okay, so now I'm going to clip you in and hopefully we are good to go. So, thank you guys again for still being here and watching me weekly. So Stampin' Up Specials going on right now. It's the One Big Special Celebration. For every $50 or $100 you spend, you get a free gift from this catalog, no limit. You spend $100, you pick 2 50s or 1 $100. You can get 2 of the same thing, 3, 4, or 5 of the same thing. There's no limit, no limitations. There's lots of paper in this book. So the Be Dazzling, which of course y'all know is my favorite. Be Dazzling. This, you have to get at least 1 pack of this, if not 20, during this promotion. Look what I did. I colored it pink with my blending brush, which did get stained because I colored like 25 of these. So you can color this, and I saw, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but I saw someone else I know that some of you may know color one a different color. But obviously you can color any color you want. It would look great in black. It would just like whatever. But I did polished pink to match this polished pink ink, which matches the whole theme of the Whimsical Trees designer paper, if that's the name, the Whimsical designer paper, which is in my bingo packet. And by the way, that paper is low inventory. So if you like that whimsical, order it now. order it now before it goes on back order. But anyway, isn't that cool? So you can only get this paper free with a $50 purchase. There is no other way to get it. And this particular design is not coming back. Cross our fingers, it will come back in a different color in the future because it's a disco ball, basically. It's the best designer paper I've ever seen in my life. Can you tell I like it? So stock up on that. Also, that one is in danger of selling out because I believe it's produced in another country. So get that while supplies last. Then there is the Penguin paper, which I'm showing today, so no need to dwell on that. It feels like home stamp set, beautifully pinned designer paper, peaceful deer designer paper, which is just like what I'm using today, coordinates with other products. Counting sheep, so cute, as well as the dies that match. All this is free with 50, no limit. Textures and frames stamp set, summer shadow dies. They coordinate with the shaded summer stamp set in our annual catalog, so you can cut those out now. And then on the $100 level, a gorgeous stamp set called Delicate Dahlias, and another stamp. Oh no, what else is 100? Are there two? Oh, these dies are $100 level. I forgot. Summer Shadow dies, 100. And then there is a stamp set you can get free with a $300 order or party. This is on top of all your other host gifts you would receive, which at $300, do I have a calculator here? I believe you get, I think, $42 in free merchandise of your choice, plus currently this stamp set for free in your words. It's a great stamp set. And then, of course, the best special of all is if you join Stampin' Up, which means buy the starter kit, become a discount shopper for as short or long as you want. But at minimum, you could get the discount through January 2022. You can see the January, what's it called? Mini catalog early, order from it early, see celebration that starts in January early, earn celebration early, all that in December. All for just buying a $99 starter kit and choosing $125 in any merchandise you want. Looking for my other flyer. And the special is that there are 12 bundles to choose from to get for free on top of the $125, on top of a free past paper pumpkin kit and all the other perks of being a demonstrator. So you pay $99 plus tax, free shipping, pick a free bundle. I believe the most expensive one here is about $60. I thought yeah, right here. So 48, 54, 60, 25, 51, 36, 47. You see the prices there. So the Christmas to Remember is the priciest one, but you may want to pick your favorite one, including the penguins I'm using today. So there's no obligation if you get this kit. You'll also be part of my awesome team of amazing demonstrators, many of them watching this video right now and commenting. Oh, and speaking of them, these are the swaps from my last team meeting. We had a good number of people participate, A, and B, they're great samples, as you're going to see. So this was our winner. Everyone at the meeting, which now is about to be virtual only on Zoom, and it's totally optional to attend. Anyway, everyone gets to vote. This was our winner by Linda. Isn't that gorgeous? This was our second runner, or whatever, the runner-up by Shannon. And look, first of all, look at that gorgeous paper. And it's got a really neat opening and closing there with Bedazzling. This one is by Betsy. It's a different kind of fold. It's got a little pocket there. And these are dies that actually, she just emailed me. I don't know if you're watching live. I'm going to blank out. But a new team member pointed out to me, and she was asking me about them, and I was like, we don't sell that die. That's not a Stampin' Up die. And then I said, where did you see it? And she told me it was in a catalog. And so I dug a little deeper because demonstrators have access to look up, I forgot where she saw it now. But anyway, I think it was maybe in the celebration brochure. We have access to look up what supplies are used on the samples. Long story short, it's these dies right here called Bright Baubles. Or actually, they're called Delicate Baubles, but they come with the Bright Baubles bundle. And one says joy, and now I don't have my readers on, but this one says something as well. So I ordered them. So I was like, I had no clue we had a stamp that said joy like that. I mean, a die. So anyway, that was like off topic. Here's the adorable sheep. Sorry, I'm blanking out. I almost called it a deer. Sheep stamp set that's free with 50. The name has fallen off the back. I apologize. I don't know whose that is. Oh gosh, the names aren't on here. Another swap. Another, I know this is Stella's just because I remember when she gave me these cards to take for the swaps. That one's Robin's. So cute. That's that deer stuff. Sharon Jacobs. I don't know how I lost the names off those other two. Another sheep. What's Wrong with Me by Yolanda. This one is so cute. Like, it's kind of, I don't mean to say it's simple, but it looks simple at first, but then when you really look deeply, it's not simple. It's got many layers and of course the bedazzling and all that. That one's by Alejandra. This one is by Martha. That's that gorgeous stamp set you can get free with a $100 purchase. And last but not least, Valerie made this one with the adorable deer. So it's pretty cool. If you're a demo, you can participate in swaps if you want. It's completely optional, and you will get back one of every card that everybody makes. So now I have all these samples for me to share with you guys or to copy, to put on display boards. And if I'm just doing this as a hobby, which a lot of these people are, now I have however many cards this is to just share with my friends and family. So love it. And you know, a lot of times in swaps they use stamp sets and bundles that I don't necessarily own. Okay, my monthly online ordering special. If you place an online order with me by the end of the month of $25 or more using this host code, which you do need to enter, please, please. Stampin' Up may not add it back for you, which then you won't get my special. So when you're on the checkout page, you see the word checkout, you see your order summary. Above that is add host code. That's where you click, and then you just copy and paste this from my email, my Facebook post, my wherever, my blog. You copy and paste this code into that little box, and that links you to this special to receive a kit to make all 4 of these cards for free. They get mailed to you. You get a PDF tutorial emailed out, and everything will be die cut. What is the, oh, I have an extra piece in here. I was like, that has more sticking out. Anyway, die cut, punched that we possibly can, but you do stamp and assemble at home with your own stamps. So that's with 25 or more. If your order is 50 or more, in addition, with this code, you're going to receive, I'm going to make sure I say it right, because I did 2 specials this month, but for now, it's the brushed metallic pearls. So you'll get a full pack of those if your order is 50 or more with this host code. So all 4 cards plus that. It's one kit per month per person, and then you can earn 1 or 2 free accessories from me. It's too late to earn the other one. So make sure you're shopping with Jennifer Cotton and you enter that host code, and don't forget to pick your free celebration items at the end. If you go over 50, that will pop up for you after you click, let me see, after you click checkout. I had to write it down because I always forget. After you click checkout, this box pops up if you went over 50. Now, there is an exception to this where you'll still get the free gift from me. If you place an order this month with me on my online store of 150 or more, don't use the host code. Don't use it. I'll still give you the gifts, but Stampin' Up will also prompt you at the end to select your Stampin' rewards, and they'll give you some free dollars to spend. Okay. And then in addition, in July 2021, I'm sorry, in July, I'm reading this. In August 2021, any online order placed with me is going to receive, any order period, in person or online, is going to receive a free PDF tutorial with 32 projects, 63 pages, all from the July through December mini catalog. Okay, so any questions, let me know. Don't forget, you can still comment on this video, even if you're watching replay, even if you just now came on. Say hi, ask a question, whatever you like, and you'll be entered to win these 3 cards I'm about to make. In addition, on YouTube, you can comment, subscribe. Here on Facebook, you can share the video and comment that you shared. All those things are going to get you entered to win these cards with Penguin Place Bundle. I'm also using the Penguin Playmates Designer Paper. This is free with a $50 purchase through the end of September or while supplies last. So this pack in particular is all cut up, but I'm going to flip through these pages real quick. This is the pack that I used to cut and make the samples from today, as well as some other stuff I've been working on. See, there's something missing right here. A snowman, I believe. But you can see how gorgeous it is. And the backs are like non-animal print, basically. So we have penguins, snowmen, polar bears, foxes, and then the backs are just generic. And they're not all specifically holiday backgrounds. So you can use these with any theme. I've seen this in particular with the little polka dots with lots of just birthday and fun cards. And they're not even necessarily wintry. There is one that has little stars, but even that is not really specifically snowflakes. You can just call it snowflakes if you want. There's stripes, all kinds of stuff. As far as cutting these animals out, they're all hand cut except for only one penguin that will fit our punch, and that's this guy here. He'll fit in this big punch. But the rest you would hand cut out. I was like, what was there one more thing I was going to say to tell you the colors in this paper? It is basic black, balmy blue, calypso coral. Oh, I missed that earlier. I used pumpkin pie because I couldn't figure it out. Calypso coral, fresh freesia, just jade, misty moonlight, and soft seafoam. Okay, so let's make some cards. The first thing I want to show you before I make this card, gathering all my little pieces here, is the template I'm using. So for my team meeting this month, they got to make, this is completely optional, but if they wanted to, they could purchase the make and takes in person or to go, and make these 4 cards in particular. So all 4 of these use the same exact template, which I will show you how to make when I make the cards. But there is a 4" by 5.5" piece of designer paper on the front and inside of every single card here. And so that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. But aren't these cards gorgeous? This paper is free with a $50 purchase. It's the deer, I forget if it's called Peaceful Deer. That might be the bundle name. But anyways, the deer designer paper. And my team got to make these. These are 2 bonus ideas that we did not have in our make and takes. But they're gorgeous as well. And so there's 6 of what we're about to make now, but with penguins. Okay, so I am going to need my paper trimmer today to do some quick trimming. So what you do, anytime you make a basic card, at least here in the US, it is a half sheet of our 8.5 by 11 cardstock. So this was 8.5 by 11. I cut it in half, which makes it 5.5 by 8.5. And then you fold that in half, and it fits into the invitation size envelope, which is also known as medium in the Stampin' Up world. And we have amazing medium envelopes in clear, white, and vanilla. Amazing quality is what I mean. So that's what size this fits in, so it's easy. You don't have to figure out a bunch of crazy stuff to be able to craft. So I folded that in half with my bone folder, and normally that's our card base and we go from there. But in this case, we're going to cut 3 inches off the front. Specifically 3 inches when it's white, which you'll see why in a second. So I wanted to fold it first. You could score it if you prefer. I'm a folder, and I don't know why I can't score very well. It's never straight. I tried scoring these at first, and they folded crooked, and the whole thing was off. So anyway, I fold mine in half, and then I put it to 3 inches, and I'm going to cut that off. So this, as you probably might recognize from the cards I just showed you, is where we're going to glue that designer paper. This piece is now 3 inches wide, and we want to make it 4 inches tall. So 3 by 4. And that is going to go on the front of the card. So you're still using the same amount of paper. You have an extra scrap here for anything you want to stamp and punch or die cut or hand cut or whatever. Doesn't matter. And you have all your pieces there for this portion of the card. And then we're going to cut our designer paper to 4 inches by 5.5. So why that size? The 5.5 is the height of the card. And when you take your 12-inch paper, we'll cut it at 5.5 first. That will evenly divide into 3 4-inch pieces. So if you go 4 1/4, which would be the full size of the front, you're only going to get 2 out of a sheet, or 2 out of a section instead of 3. So you can get a total of 6 of these out of 1 piece of designer paper. And then we'll have this cute white edge here, or whatever color your paper is, which adds another element of design to your card. It's another layer. Okay, so 4 by 5.5 for your designer paper. Now you do want to make sure if there's a direction, especially when the front doesn't have a direction, make sure the inside is cut the right direction so that when they open it, the trees aren't going sideways or whatever. Then I cut a piece of cardstock to layer this white onto, and it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, and that's just jade. And then I cut a piece of Misty Moonlight. These are all colors from the paper, 1/2 inch by 5.5. And that's gonna be, because you kind of need something to go over the border between the two to finish the card off. Okay, so first I'm going to do my stamping on this card. And I don't need this scrap, but I'll save it, you know, for something else later. So for my stamping, I'm going to, of course, use stamps from my pumpkin. Why do I call penguins pumpkins? I don't know. My penguin stamp set here. So I have, first of all, ink colors, Memento Black, Just Jade, Fresh Freesia, and Balmy Blue, all colors from the paper. And what I found when I made these 3 cards anyway was that I loved using this Snowy Hill stamp. And let me give you all a tip real quick. When you have these kind of stamps in photopolymer, it's very easy to misshape them. Now you can purposely shape them differently on purpose and stick them to your clear block. But if you want them to keep their original shape, let them loosely lay out on your scratch paper. And then take your clear block and stick it to it. Stick the block to the stamp. That will keep the original shape, which I want to do here. And then I'm just using Memento Black ink because that's the color I chose. And if I'm using black and it's not for watercoloring, I'm going to use Memento. So I just ink that up. You can press harder on Memento than our other ink pads. And then I want the heel kind of almost in the middle, but a little bit, tiny bit lower. And this is the way I want the shape, that hump kind of at the highest point there. So you can see how you can modify that. You can make like the heel for the penguins to slide down or whatever. So there's my hill. Then I'm going to put some trees on this hill. All of these stamps are from Penguin Place. And if you just joined, I'm showing you how to make a card. Anybody can make cards. Anybody can make a card. Anyone can do this. So I have Just Jade ink, and I placed the stamp on a clear block. And on these ink pads, I'm going to tap, tap, tap gently. Only touch the stamp to the ink pad, not the whole clear block. And just move it around on the pad to get good inking. And I'm going to place a tree kind of right there to the side, and then another tree immediately without re-inking, so that I have 2 different color trees. Now I know I'm going to hand cut out a snowman from my designer paper. It's going to be from this sheet here, this snowman here. So I know that there's going to be a big snowman right here in the middle. So I'm going to go now over to my right and add a darker tree all the way to the right, and then a lighter one beside that. And then I'll go ahead and add a couple more here, but the middle part, and see I messed up, but that's fine because I know it's getting covered up by the snowman. So hopefully that makes sense. I did that. Go work from the outside in because you want these to line up on the outer edges, but the middle part, it's not going to matter because we're going to cover it up. Okay. And then, good morning, Tommy. I saw someone else just a second ago. I thought Veronica shared. Good morning, Veronica. Terry, when do tutorials get emailed for placing orders? The tutorials go out when the month is finished. Because I am, and I know you're not criticizing, but just to give my explanation, I am very busy and I cannot keep up with, as orders come in, sending out emails. So once the month is finished, I run a report from Stampin' Up under our order history, because I know you're a demonstrator, and I see everyone who's placed an order and I email everybody at the same time. And then same thing with the free kits. They are mailed once the month has finished. We see how many kits we need to cut. Landa helps me. She cuts those for me, bags them, packs them, and then I do the mailing of them, and Karen actually stamps my thank you cards for me. And so anyway, all that gets mailed once the month has finished as well. Okay, so there's a cute little snowflake stamp image in this set, and I'm using Balmy Blue ink, and I'm just going to stamp it 2 or 3 times without re-inking to get different colors and levels of snowflakes here. If you want some light in a spot that looks like it missed it, just stamp off on your scratch paper first. And so there's a little sky. It's going to be snowing here. And then the last thing I need is my greeting on this card. And that one's going to be in Fresh Freesia. And it says, to the coolest friend ever. So really, by the way, this stamp set can be non-holiday as well in a lot of ways. There's a stamp that says, I like you a lottle. It's like a little, except a lot. Those are 2 different stamps. To the coolest friend ever, lots of thanks, happy birthday. And then it also has season's greetings and be cool, be chill, be merry. There's a fishing pole, there's a birthday, or there's a balloon. It could be a birthday. There's a gift, a bag. So definitely not just holiday here. I'm using Fresh Freesia for my greeting, and I'm just going to put that kind of in the middle of the snow down there. And then through the magic of television, I showed you already from the paper, I'm going to hand cut out a snowman. And then, and he's adorable, of course. There's lots of snowmen and animals to choose from in this paper on all the different designs, and there's different sizes as well. So, you know, whatever looks good to you. So now we're just going to put this together. I will add, or I use my Stampin' Seal adhesive. You don't need to use very much of that at all. It's very strong, even here in Texas where it's super humid. And then I want to pop up the snowman, so I'll use these mini Stampin' Dimensionals. You get 720 in a pack for only $4, plus the edges don't even count in the 720, and you can use those edges once it's finished. You can cut or rip them off, and they work equally as well as a regular dimensional. And I added 3. I'm gonna add him right there on the hill. So cute. And then for these, I find the easiest way to add those, attach this, I'm sorry, is to add adhesive to the flap here, the inside of this one, or it might be a few different inches depending on how we make it piece. And then I align this designer paper with my card base, if that makes sense, and then close that on it. Now mine, obviously I cut my designer paper a sliver of an inch bigger than I mean, sorry, 5.5, doesn't bother me at all. You can trim that off if it bothers you. And then let me just show y'all how it looks kind of unfinished and funny if you don't cover up that seam. And I've tried many different things to cover this seam with on this card, and I found, for me, this was the best option. And you could even tie ribbon around it and tie that in the front or whatever, but just a piece of Misty Moonlight worked best for this card, for what I tried. So just a little adhesive on that. Use my silicone craft sheet in case I went off the edges. That'll catch your excess adhesive and protect your table and your scratch paper. And now I can add some dimensionals on my rectangle. I'll just use these edges since I'm promoting that. And you can, like I said, cut them, but they do rip, and nobody sees this part, so it doesn't matter if it's ugly, but that's going to be easier. So I did 5 dimensionals on this piece of jade that's 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. And that's just going to kind of go right in the middle-ish. It doesn't have to be perfect. And that is my first card. It's pretty simple. You don't have to get crazy fancy. This technique, imagine technique again, template, I'm not sure what to call it. Imagine it with any of the designer paper you have. All of them, any of them. And obviously you can mix and match stamps. It doesn't have to be the stamp set that was designed to go with that paper or whatever. I wanted to do one with just a big greeting, but long story short, that didn't happen. But I think that would be cute. Just a big greeting that said like Merry Christmas right there instead of all this images. So let me scroll down. Simple but cute. Thank you, Jean. And look, this one's a lot higher. That's the one I just made. And I didn't like how low this was, but by the time I finished this, I didn't want to redo it. I had thought about putting ribbon here, but it didn't work for me. So this one's centered better. Everything's higher. It's fine. Nobody's going to criticize your card. And then when they open it, they get to see both sides of the designer paper. And of course, you could stamp inside and write a note and all that stuff. So there you go. First card down. Our next card... I love this one. So for this card, we're using a basic black card base, 5 1/2, 8 1/2. Our designer paper is still going to be the exact same size. It's 5 1/2 by 4. I have a scrap of basic white. I have a 3 by 4 basic white. I'm using the same template, 3 by 4 for my white piece. My strip, though, I'm very excited about this, is the black glitter paper. Ooh, ah. So it's 1/2 inch by 5 1/2 black glitter paper. It's going to look awesome. I am going to use ribbon on this card, which is our black and white gingham, which, by the way, someone in my team pointed out to me, I forgot who said this, that you can color this with our Stampin' Blends, and you can have black and blank, any color gingham you want, at least in our alcohol markers that we sell. So black and cherry cobbler, boom, is going to match that deer designer paper. We could have colored this with cherry cobbler, and that's just one example. You can do, there's a purple one in the catalog where with the Halloween where they've colored it with a purple marker. So anyway, I just used it as black and white because I didn't know about that tip yet. Okay, so for this one, we're going to fold our card in half again. 5 1/2, 8 1/2. Line it up against my thumbnail on the table, not in the air, on the table. And then, but do all the creasing with the bone folder. That'll give you a smoother finish on the inside. It won't be all wrinkly. Now, there is a different cut you do on this one. So I saw who said they're cutting. Stacy. First of all, very exciting, you're cutting paper now. So if you use a colored base, instead of 3 inches, you cut off 3 1/4 inches. 3 1/4. And then you make that be by 4 1/4. Landa had to explain this to me. like the reasoning behind it. The reason is, now this is the layering piece that this white can go on. And you just had to cut the white, of course, separately, 3 by 4. And it's just a little skinnier. Nobody's ever going to notice any difference. And we have a scrap of black left for whatever. Amazing. So that's the template on this card. Cut off 3 1/4 inches. And trying to grab my stuff over here while I talk. And then you'll have that 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece. Okay, so now for stamping, I have my scrap of white and my 3 by 4 white. And I'm going to do a lot of stamping here. So I'm going to stamp the penguin and punch it out. In this case, because this is, well, you kind of need to do this with most of your punches. But especially because this is a builder punch, which means it has multiple images on it, you need to turn your punch upside down and look. And see, okay, if I punch this out, let me rephrase that. Where and how should I stamp this image to punch that out? So I'm not punching out the detail that goes in the body, the middle part of the penguin. I'm only punching out the outline. So if I stamp this on the right side, right there, when I go to punch it out, I'm going to also waste this paper. But if I stamp the penguin upside down on the left side, then I can only punch out the penguin upside down on the left side. And then I can scoot it down and do a second and third and fourth, whatever, penguin. Now the feet are separate, and I'm going to show you that as well. So I need my memento again. Where is it? I definitely buried that because, of course, we'll do the penguin in black. And I also think I want to trim this paper down. Now, it is okay for me to go ahead and stamp a couple more because I know I'm going to start punching on this side. Is this paper even big enough? It's not. I'll do one more here. Oh, that's not my scrap. That's not my scrap. This is my scrap. My goodness. That's okay. Flip your paper over when you make a mistake. I knew I was like, how did I mess that up? Anyway, the scrap is this skinny strip that's about 2 1/4 inches wide of basic white. That one's too close to the top. I'll flip it over after I do these two. Let me go ahead and add the nose before I punch in case I mess that up. So I have pumpkin pie here. Remember I told you I thought it was pumpkin, but it's Calypso Coral. But I'll just go ahead and use pumpkin because I do make a blog post after that I post after this video. This is the little nose. And I list all the products I used and put links and all, and I've already typed all that, so I don't want to change the color now. Oh, but that one's too high, so I'll have to start over anyway. So anyway, I said I used pumpkin on the blog post. So hopefully you're with me on why to look and start the punching on one end or the other. And then of course you just squeeze your punch a little bit while you're positioning it so that it's not shifting and you can make sure everything's where you want. And then I use both hands and turn it over and punch it. I'm not happy with that one. How can I? So I need to punch it. I need to stamp it here to not be wasteful with my paper. It was too high, so it was going to cut off the top of its head. Then we'll add the little nose and punch him out. And then I need the feet. So with the feet, you have, as far as I know anyway, you have two options. These are all just white, so we're not going to use those. Actually, you have multiple options, but as far as stamping, you could just punch out a bunch of little pumpkin or coral feet. Stamping wise, there is a stamp that has the 2 feet together. So you can just stamp those directly on here and be done. But if you want them to have the 3D effect, you can stamp and punch it, the single one, which is what I'm going to do. So I have the little foot stamp. And let me close this so I don't mess up. Have my pumpkin, and I need 6 feet, but I have 1 because I don't know, remember why, but I have 1, so I'll do 5. And that part of the punch is at the very top, so that's just going to be sliding your paper in at the very edge. So as long as you stamp close to the bottom of your paper, you're fine. 1, 2, 3. Let me wait and see. So what were my options? Punch it out with colored cardstock, stamp it and punch it out like I'm doing, or just stamp the 2 feet directly on there. And there's probably more that I haven't thought of. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 2 more. And then we'll be good. I saw a card on my team weekly Zoom for the people who are interested in extra business training. Shannon showed a card where she punched out that black glittered paper with this part of the body, and then you can stamp the eyes, and you can stamp the whole penguin and only punch out the inner part and glue that on top of the black glitter paper. That was pretty cool. And then I did do one more thing on this card. In Just Jade, I made a little scarf. So I still have room on my scrap here. And then I hand cut that out for a little scarf. So now I have, I think, all my pieces. I do need to stamp a couple more things on this piece that I messed up on. Then we'll have everything ready. So I think I mentioned this, but I ended up using the hill on, I think, on all 3 of these cards, I believe. Oh no, just on 2. I made multiple cards this week, shockingly, more than I actually needed. But I just really like that hill. So I ended up using it on this card as well. And so I'm going to grab it back and just stick my thumb in it. I'm going to see, I want the middle penguin to be kind of at the top of the hill. So that's where I'm going to stamp. Yay. And then this card is also, it's going to say be cool, be chill, be merry. And this one I am putting ribbon on, so I'm going to stamp this more toward the bottom, but not all the way toward the bottom. And I think that's it for stamping. Now we'll just assemble. All right, so we have all our pieces. Hopefully I didn't lose a foot along the way, which I could totally see happening. So for our little penguin guys here, first of all, the little feet, they are big enough that a mini Stampin' Dimensional fits right in there. And you don't have to cut it in half, which you can cut it in half and that's fine. But if you want to save time, you can just throw a mini Stampin' Dimensional on there and it will be covered, like, you know, it'll fit within the foot there. So that's nice. And then I'll just stick these feet onto each penguin. Which when I started playing with this, this was the first time I used this. Well, that's not true, but this was the first time I really started playing with this stamp set. I thought the feet were supposed to go down. If I can pick him up like that, which I still think that would be okay. I don't know, maybe it's wrong. But anyway, I guess these are all sitting penguins. So then I was like, let me look at some samples and see how other people did it. I was like, oh, that's how the feet go. Because I couldn't understand this double stamp, like how you were supposed to use that. But anyway, and then one of these guys will be wearing this scarf, which, by the way, there are multiple things. There's a hat they can wear, a scarf, and antlers on their heads. So the little scarf, just a 1 Stampin' Dimensional there. And then the scarf guy will be in the middle on dimensionals, and the other 2 will be on either side flat. So I'm going to just use the middle one as a guide and attach these other 2 flat on each side. And then pop this one up in the middle. Just a couple of mini dimensionals there. And then around this white piece, I'm going to tie my black and white gingham ribbon in a bow. So I like to leave the ribbon on the roll when I can. There's less waste that way. And I will tie this bow to the left side. So I like to use reverse tweezers. You can also find these on my online store. I'm on Amazon store, sorry, the affiliate link on my blog. And they just help you hold the ribbon in place while you're tying your bow, or you're not, or answering the door, or getting interrupted for whatever other 500 reasons you get interrupted. And you don't need a friend there to, you know, hold this with your finger. And I flipped that upside down to tie the bow so that the bow would come out right side up. And then just trim that down. Isn't this ribbon so cute? So cute. And we'll just finish this card off. Pretty much, you can see it coming together now. The 3x4 white on the 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 black. Add the designer paper just like I did the other, so adhesive on the little strip here. Make sure everything's going the right direction. I will basically butt that paper. It's not all the way to the score mark, by the way. It's this tiniest, slightest bit, not all the way to the score mark, but align it straight top and bottom, and then close that little flap down on it. Then we'll add our strip to cover up the seam. Thank you, Catherine. And then add our penguins with dimensionals. So I love how this one turned out with all the black on this card. Thought it was really, like, it kind of pops. So I would love to see what y'all make with this template, basically. Again, template, whatever the word is. This sort of layout. That one got missed. Showing off your designer paper on both sides with any stamps and designer papers. So there's that one. Now, for whatever reason, this bow came out really nice on the one I originally made. That's like hit and miss with me. Bows sometimes turn out really, really good, and I'm so impressed with myself. And then other times they're just average. And sometimes they're terrible. So there's our second card. Thank you, Alma. Thank you, Jackie. Thanks, Barbara. Janet's very late to the party. No problem, Janet. And just this black glitter paper, which carried over from the holiday catalog from last year, so it's available now again. Oh, it goes so well with these penguins. Thank you, Marcia. Thanks, Alejandra. Okay, and last but not least, this one is the same template, but I switched one thing up. So to save you time, because you've seen it now, I already folded in half and cut this piece, and I believe I cut this at 3 inches, and there is a reason. Yeah, I just cut it at 3 so I could have the wider border, because I'm not using the rectangle on this card. So you could cut it at 3 1/4, or 3. Either way would look fine. But it's fresh freesia for my card base. Fresh freesia. And then another different piece of the designer paper, because there's so many adorable designs. We know where that's going to go. Another piece of black glittered paper, which is 1/2 inch by 5.5. So what I did different was I cut some circles to put on this card instead. And so I die cut from layering circles. This is the only die cutting, by the way. You can do these cards very easily with no die cutting. But of course you can get super elaborate and do that. So these are the layering circles, framelits, or dies, I should say, that we carry. There's 16 different circles. I used the very 2 largest, the scallop circle and the regular circle. And the scallop one is in black. And then the regular I used, I think it's a different, yeah, it's not this designer paper that I used on this card. It's the one that has the fresh freesia with the little stars that can be snowflakes on the other side. And that's the pattern I'm going to have facing up. And of course it has little critters on this side. We used it on the first card, I believe. Maybe. I did play with this a little more than normal. For me, usually I make the 3 cards and I'm busy and I'm done, but I made a couple extra this time. You can see that I've pre-stamped and die cut out 2 trees in Just Jade, and I don't know why I didn't pre-do this other part, but I basically just need 1 penguin and a greeting for this card. Now the greeting, I can see why I didn't pre-do that, just so I can show you how I did it. But yeah, let me do another penguin here. And we're going to use the same Be Cool, Be Chill, Be Merry. Which I can see like just cutting off Be Cool. Like, be cool, man. Make a card like that. I think that'd be kind of cute and funny. Okay, so penguins are back. I'm going to just do a penguin again. Just like before, nothing's different here. Although I keep going too high. I think my eyesight is off today with, you know, being at a different distance than I normally am from stuff when I stamp it. Nose, beak, whatever that's called. Probably not called a nose. I don't know. Punch it out. Thank you, Nancy. She says she loves the color combo. Punch that out. Grab a couple of feet. And then put him together, or her. No clue if these are supposed to be one or the other. And my greeting is going to be in Fresh Freesia. Where's that? Right here. Good. So my greeting is Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to hand cut it out, but I'm going to go ahead and stamp it close to the bottom edge of a scrap so that I only have to cut around the other sides. So, and you could actually cut this apart and put all 3 on the same card as well. That would have been cute, but I didn't do that. Oh, sorry. It's like getting to the end, I'm losing it. I put the punch away. Okay, so to get this greeting, it doesn't have to be perfect. So don't think it has to, but I do want to cut this off so I can hold it differently. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just cut. And don't stress. Hopefully, yeah, no, I want to cut the bottom off. Hopefully your friends are just going to appreciate your card and not judge that you cut it slightly crooked like I did. Okay, so there we go. Penguin, I think my trees, yes, my little trees will be on dimensionals. Oh, and I did end up adding some rhinestones in the photos. If you look on my blog where you can see measurements and supply list and photos of all of these cards, you won't see rhinestones on these trees. That is because I was like, apparently I have no small rhinestones in this entire house. Can't find any. And so I'm going to glue the circle down to the scallop. It turned out it was because I had sent them all with Landa for a project she was working on. And in the meantime, since I took the photos and did all that stuff, I got those back from her. So I added rhinestones for today. Although, where are they? Oh, right here. Yeah. So anyway, my greeting is going to go sort of at the bottom of this circle. Then my penguin will be over here to the left of it at a little angle flat, because I don't want everything popped up, because then nothing is special. So I'm going to pop up the 2 trees and the greeting. So I will just use a couple of mini dimensionals on that greeting and 1 on each tree. And they'll just kind of, the trees are just decoration there, so they're at angles. And then some mini rhinestones on top of the trees. Not mini, there's the small, they're small, medium, and large in 1 pack for like $5. So I'm going to use small. I use my take your pick tool, the pointy end, to pick those up. Just make sure you put your finger on top. I always tell people you have to put your finger on top of the embellishment. Otherwise, it's going to fly across the room. And then when I'm making my own samples, I sometimes don't do that. And guess what? It flies across the room. Every time. It just happened to me this week. Okay, so let me add adhesive to the flap of this fresh freesia. Also, I am going to add ribbon to this card, which is the black glittered organdy ribbon. Oh, so this designer paper and these penguins lend themselves to black glittery stuff very well. I'll do my little 1/2-inch border cover upper thing, and then the strip there, and then my circle will go on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm just going to use 4. It's going to be awesome with 4. And that's pretty good, but it needs something to fill in the space here, which is going to be a bow with our black glittered organdy ribbon. We also have now white glittered organdy ribbon, which is amazing. We're using that in bingo as well. So I'm just tying a bow from the roll there. Get it to the size I want. And trim. Okay, let me fix those tails there. Okay, and then this one does shed a little glitter. These glittered ribbons do. Mini glue dot for that. Just peel it back till you see 1 dot. Fold, press, pull, and voila. Super cute card. By the way, there's sort of like a debate on, do you like non-traditional Christmas colors? Can you live with them, or is it a no-go? A lot of people, it's just no, no, no. But a lot of people, it's perfectly fine. I like both, so I do love these so much. I think they're perfectly fine. But when I was making these samples, I was finding myself wishing that the colors were more traditional colors also, to be able to do reds and greens. So you could just use completely different designer papers or no designer paper at all to make traditional colors. Somebody asked, where did the trees come from, Janet? Right here. I only used Penguin Place today. So the tree is a stamp in this set, and I used it on the first card as well, same tree. I just hand cut them out though. obviously that's a difference. So here are all 3 cards from today. Don't forget, over on my blog, stamптherapist.com, you can view later today the pictures, the measurements, and the supply list. Of course, then if you need anything, you can just click right on that supply list. It takes you to my store. It links you to my store automatically, and you can type in this host code if it's 25 or more. You can really type in the host code for any amount unless it's 150 or more, and then don't put in the code. But 25 or more gets you this free class packet to make these 4 gorgeous cards. 50 or more gets you the class packet plus the full pack of metallic rhinestones. 150 or more gets you all that, but don't use the host code, and you'll also get at least $15 in free merchandise from Stampin' Up. Thank you, Jean. Thanks, Janet. Thank you, Sandy. Could we see the inside? Does the DSP not come flush to the front edge? Correct. And I did talk about that at the very beginning, so in case y'all missed it, the reason the DSP does not come to the edge is because we need to cut it at 4 inches to be able to get 3 out of a section and 6 total from a sheet of 12 by 12 paper. And so this is actually a feature. It gives you another layer on the front of your card. So we have a black layer here, white here, freesia here, and this is, I don't know what, that note's not even correct. This is 4 inches, 4 by 5.5. So that's what the inside looks like. Of course, you could decorate it more. I never hardly take the time to decorate the inside of my cards. And this one actually could use a piece of white on the inside. I didn't think about that when I made this sample, but yeah, you need a piece of white or something in there to be able to write your note on. So there's the inside. No, DSP doesn't come all the way to the flush. Now you could cut it that way, but you're only going to get 4 out of a 12 by 12 instead of 6. So it's much more economical to make it this way. Thank you, Marcia. Nancy loves non-traditional colors. Awesome, Nancy. And this one almost is traditional colors, actually. The one in the middle, because it's like green and blue, you know, so you can work with it. But I love the purple. Jean is fine with non-traditional. Deb says colors are great. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks, Cindy. So this is a really fun sort of technique to play with. So I hope you guys will you know, get to do that. When you line up the DSP for the front, does it have a space from the score line? From the front, like it's a sliver of a space, just because if you shove it into that score line, it just won't open and close very easily. You'll kind of wrinkle up your designer paper just a tiny bit there. So it's literally the tiniest sliver that you can barely see, not all the way into the score line when you place that designer paper from the front the way I did. So it's, I mean, a gap, but it's not like a big gap. Thank you, Sharon Speece. Good to see you. Layering circles are on back order. That's okay. If it's on back order, you want to order it because you don't want to wait till it goes not orderable. Then what that means is when it's the back order comes in, yours ships first. So thank you, Oma. Nancy, thank you. Sharon Milburn, thank you. I'm glad y'all like the penguins. Let me go back down to the bottom. Thank you, Landa. And Janet says love both. Yes, exactly. You can like non-traditional and traditional at the same time. Like, that's not either or, right? Thanks, Kim. Yes, Janet, aren't these penguins adorable? Ooh, Deb says write silver on the inside of the black card, even a white gel pen. That's a good idea. So, of course, you definitely could do that. But if you don't have those available, just throw a piece of white or a light color that you want to write on in there. Like the freesia would be good as well. I hear the part about cutting the DSP. Did not catch there was a gap. You're welcome for clarifying. Thank you, Susie. All right, I'm trying to catch up with all y'all's comments, but you're probably also like, I have to go. So I don't make PDFs for this one, Jewel, just because I don't have time. So I have the measurements on, will be posted on my blog today, like what size the bases are, what size this is, this, you know, etc. I have those sizes on there. And then you can rewatch the video. Hopefully that will help. I just don't have time to type up PDF tutorials for the weekly Facebook Lives at this time. So hopefully that helps. Now you do get a PDF tutorial when you earn any class from me. So all my classes have PDF tutorials, but just not these. All right. The virtual ones, Jewel, those will be emailed automatically. She was asking a different question. I'm looking for my flyer. If you place any order with me this month in August, these will be emailed out to you at the end of the month. And it's 32 projects. They're gorgeous and adorable. Using only, you know, stamps and dies and stuff. I mean, there'll be other products, but the feature is the July to December mini catalog. You can see it here. There's, you know, almost everything is represented there. So hopefully that I answered you correctly now, Jewel. And if y'all do have any more questions, you can always message me, email me, post them here on Facebook, and all that stuff. So yeah, Kim, that was a good idea with the black glitter as the body of the penguin. And it would just be like a couple extra steps to be able to do that. Punch the black out. Really, it's just that one extra step, because instead of punching the full body here, you would just punch out that middle section. You still stamp it the same. So yeah, actually pretty easy. But I heard that tip after these samples were made, so. Okay, well, everyone have a great day. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for all your support, whether you're giving me a thumbs up or a heart or a like or a follow or sharing the video or any of that. It all helps me because I do this as a full-time business. So have a great day. I plan to be back on here next week on Thursday at 9 a.m. Central. And, ooh, thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Stella. So I will see y'all next time, and I'll see some of you on Saturday. So bye. Thank you, France. You have a great day as well.